Hello, I'm Jammin' J, and I'm not wearing a hat right now because I thought you should see my luscious locks. And my huge forehead. In this video, I'm going to test 5 captioning services that you can use for your Twitch streams. They will all be free to use, and I will be rating them out of 5. How easy they are to use and set up, how accurate the text-to-speech is, and how good and easy it is to use for the end consumer. Before diving into each service, I will point out that closed captioning and open captioning are different things. In this context, captioning is taking verbal words and putting them on a screen so that they're legible. The difference between closed and open captions, however, is that the end user can toggle closed captions on and off, but the end user cannot toggle open captions on and off. So that's like when you're watching Netflix or Hulu, there's a little closed caption option down at the bottom. Some of these will have something similar on Twitch, and I haven't tested all of them yet, but I think one of them is open captioning. So it just depends what you're going for. Quick note, sometimes TV stations, services, or even Twitch itself, when it's doing an official Twitch live stream, they hire a stenographer, which is a person who does real-time closed captioning. It's too bad that Twitch streamers have to do this though, because Facebook and YouTube both have pretty good closed captioning softwares built in. Let's get into testing some of these programs. I will be reading the 10 Harvard sentences. I'm going to screen capture a stream so that you can see what it will look like for the end user, and I'll show you how to set it up on your end. OBS does have a built-in closed captioning feature, but you don't see it in OBS. It only works once it's actually pushed out to Twitch. The weird thing about this one is that it actually is using Twitch's built-in closed captioning UI. It's weird that they have that because they don't provide closed captioning, but they do have UI for it. In OBS, go to Tools, click Captions, Experimental, put your mic in as the audio source, click Enable. I'm not sure if there's a way to make any other languages accessible, so you click English and Microsoft Speech to Text. You won't see any change in your OBS preview or scenes, but this will enable viewers to use Twitch's built-in closed caption UI. I can change the closed caption settings. I have a lot of presets that I can use. I can do sans serif, red, you know, this is neat. It is quite customizable. Okay, so I like this closed captioning service. At least it is easy to use for the end consumer, and it takes almost no effort on your part as the streamer. And that's the part that I like the best. Okay, I'm gonna read the Harvard sentences. Oak is strong and also gives shade. Cats and dogs each hate the other. The pipe began to rust while new. Open the crate, but don't break the glass. Add the sum to the product of these 3. Now I need to rate the OBS to Twitch closed captioning. Was it easy to set up? Yes. 5 out of 5, easy to set up. Accuracy of the text-to-speech, probably a 2. A lot of really easy words were missed, and I was not terribly impressed by that. 3, easy for the end consumer to use. 5 out of 5, it was toggleable. You could change the fonts, it was easy. All right, number 2. This is an OBS plugin from github.com made by ratwithacompiler. I will include the link to this down below. I'll go over really fast how to do a plugin if you don't know. So once we're on the website, we need to download for Windows or whatever operating system you're on. I recommend opening up another file explorer. Find where OBS Studio is in your files. Okay, open this up. And now we're gonna follow the same path. OBS plugins, open up OBS plugins, 64-bit. So we're opening up 64-bit. And all you gotta do is drag this DLL file on over. Then close OBS and open it back up. This one is used as a doc. So in OBS, go to View, Docs, and make sure your Captions doc is selected. It looks like this. Now let's go to Settings. Make sure you click Captioning Enabled. Caption source should be your mic. What's cool is there are a lot of languages available. Let's do English. Output to, let's do streams and local recordings. So this is how it appears on Twitch. Twitch's built-in closed caption stuff is the same, and it's pretty easy to use. This captioning software definitely works better than the last one, than the built-in OBS Microsoft text-to-speech. That was pretty bad. Let's read some Harvard sentences. Oak is strong and also gives shade. 2. Cats and dogs each hate the other. 3. The pipe began to rust while new. 4. Open the crate, but don't break the glass. 5. Add the sum to the product of these 3. Time to rate ratwithacompiler off of GitHub. Easy to use and set up. Well, you have to install a plugin, and I had to tweak a couple settings to get it to actually work on the stream. 4 out of 5. I mean, if you already know how to set things up, it just takes a little tweaking and it's fine. Accuracy of text to speech. I'm gonna say 4 out of 5. It was pretty solid. 3, easy for the end consumer. 5 out of 5. Twitch has a really great built-in closed captioning interface. A quick note about this one. I did read that it might not work with an AMD hardware encoder, but I can't test that because I don't have an AMD processor here. If you haven't liked or subscribed at this point, but you're still watching the video, you might like some of the other stuff I make. Subscribe on here, follow me on Twitch, you know the drill. Let's get back to the video. Next one I'm gonna try is webcaptioner at webcaptioner.com. For this one, you do need a virtual audio cable. The instructions are on the website. If you're using Voicemeeter or a similar software, and you're already using a virtual audio cable, you shouldn't really need to do any setup for this one. Again, the instructions are on their website down below. So let's come on here and click Start Captioning. Down here, Start Captioning again, and it should be picking up all the words that I am saying. So this one is really cool, and it actually picks up my voice well and understands my words well as well. The way that I would use this is to come over here to Settings and click New Window. And that should bring up a smaller window, and you can resize it as you please, and it will just keep all the words where they're supposed to be. The way I would use this here is to add either a display capture or a window capture. And you can grab that extension, resize it as you want. I'm going to crop it down just a touch. Right there. And now I can put this in the corner or wherever I want on my OBS scene. Biggest issue with this is that it is open captioning. Your audience won't be able to toggle this on or off. They will be obligated to read the words that you say on the screen. That's not a big deal for a lot of people. It's something to keep in mind. Let's read some Harvard sentences. 1. Oak is strong and also gives shade. 2. Cats and dogs each hate the other. 3. The pipe began to rust while new. 4. Open the crate, but don't break the glass. 5. Add the sum of the product of these 3. Let's rate webcaptioner.com. Is it easy to use and set up? 3.5 because it does require a virtual audio cable, and if you don't have one, that might be kind of annoying, but they have instructions on their website. Accuracy of speech to text. Probably like 4.5 out of 5. It was so good. Maybe the best speech to text I've seen. Easy for end consumer. I'm gonna say NA, not applicable, because they don't really have control over that. Next, I'm using a closed captioning service on streamcc.gooseman.codes. It's a weird website, but it is an okay service. Link down below. On their website, it's actually very easy. You just follow this getting started checklist, and it should be good to go once you are live. Quick note, it will only work on your stream once you hit turn on. Instead of working through Twitch, it works through its own little extension on the screen. I can change the text size, small, medium, large. Not quite as customizable as other things that we have seen, but it's pretty easy to use and seems very practical. Oak is strong and also gives shade. Cats and dogs each hate the other. The pipe began to rust while new. Open the crate, but don't break the glass. Add the sum to the product of these 3. Let's rate this. Easy to set up. You have to do the extensions, and then you have to have it running in browser in Google Chrome. and I don't like that. It's kind of annoying. So it's probably 3 out of 5 to set up, but it works well. Speech to text. Have I been saying text to speech? Anyway, probably 4.5 out of 5. Easy for the end user. 4 out of 5. Very good. Gooseman is pretty solid. Not gonna lie. There's more out there. There's definitely more services out there. But anyway, let's talk about which ones we liked the best. Basically, of the 4 that I used today, the only one I would say don't use is the experimental option right out of OBS. But the Microsoft speech to text was actually pretty bad. It was bad, even though Twitch's UI for closed captioning is pretty good, which is why my personal favorite is ratwithacompiler. It had my personal favorite combination of Twitch's integrated UI with pretty solid speech to text. Keep in mind, it might not work with an AMD graphics card. Second place is Gooseman. Gooseman was just solid. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's kind of busy on the screen for the user, and you have to have it open and running in a browser, which is kind of annoying. But the speech to text was great, and it was fairly easy to use for the end user. And coming in third place is webcaptioner. Now, webcaptioner is actually my favorite as just a captioning service. I really liked how it worked, and it was extremely accurate. My only problem with it is that it's open captioning. It's not closed for the viewers, so they won't have a choice to turn it on or off, and it's not as pretty. Still a very solid option that might be the best for some people. I'm Jammin' Jay. I enjoy making content like this. I'm streaming 3 days a week, link in the description. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet and if you like this content. And connect with me on TikTok, Twitter, wherever else. Links in the description. I hope you have an excellent day. Thank you. Ah, I found the cave. I found the source of the ticking. It's a pipe bomb. Oh, shh. Oh my goodness.
Wait, is there a bomb?
It was a pipe bomb. It was a creeper. Oh, another one. Oh my